So I know you guys are probably like, is this clickbait? What's going on? How did you do this? Give us the tea, girl. Hey guys, it's your girl Taya back here with another video. Today I just wanted to come to you guys and share my story and how I paid almost $10,000 in debt off. I did it in a little over a year. So if you are interested in hearing my story, then keep watching. Okay, jumping right into the video. So I know you guys are probably like, is this clickbait? What's going on? How did you do this? Give us the tea, girl. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is basically how I did it and what tools I used. I refinanced my loan, my auto loan, and I still had about 14 grand left on the loan. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pay this off in a year. I think I made a video saying how I was gonna pay it off. I think I was just being a little ambitious because I wanted to go ahead and get rid of the debt. So I said I'm gonna pay it all off within a year. Hopefully by the end of the year, this was 2018, I'll pay it off. I think I made a video to try to track my progress, but never quite followed up with it. Life got in the way, and so I never followed up with you guys. So 2019 comes and here I am like, oh my God, I still have about 10 grand in debt. Like, I didn't really do much. I didn't do, you know, not even half. Half would have been around 7, but I didn't even do half. I still had about 9,000, about 9,200 left to pay off, plus my credit card. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start taking this seriously. I'm gonna really focus and really get tunnel vision on how I'm gonna knock down this debt because I was like, I gotta knock this down. Don't have student loans or anything like that, but I just felt like, like how come I'm not where I want to be? I really want to get rid of this debt. It just felt like, you know, weight on my shoulders, and I really wanted to get rid of it. So 2019, I started reading this book, Dave Ramsey, Total Money Management, and I think it is really what helped me. This has been my saving grace. And the reason why I say that is because I started to really focus. Like I said, I got tunnel vision, and I started to really focus in on my goal. I had to start writing down every month and really started tracking, and that's what really helped me pay everything off, because I started tracking exactly how much I had left at the end of the month to pay, and then I started tracking how much I was paying. I took my smallest bill, I paid that off first, and then I took the second smallest bill and then I paid that off second, and then my car note was my largest bill, obviously, and then I started really tackling that and hitting that hard. So I stopped kind of like eating out. I started like just saving more and just putting big amounts. If I got paid like a little extra that month, or if I had a little extra money, I would put 500 on it, 600. Like, I was super aggressive, y'all, because I was like, I have to pay this down. So finally, towards the end of the year, it was working. I was doing it, just staying focused, you know, not eating out, staying focused, paying it, staying focused. Like, my mind was like tunnel vision. I was like, I gotta pay this car off, I gotta pay this car off, I gotta pay this car off, I gotta pay this car off. And finally the end of the year came, and I had, I think, about like 2 grand left. So that was like around, I want to say, December. Now the year before, I hadn't even paid off. I think I had only really paid off maybe like 4, but by the end of this 2019, I was close, y'all. I think I was like only 2 grand left, and I was like, okay, I can do this, I can do this. Unfortunately, the end of the year came and I wasn't able to pay off the 2 grand, but that's okay, because skip forward to this year, and I was finally able to pay off, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this done before my birthday, and I ended up meeting my goal. So by March, April of this year, I ended up paying off my car, which was the 9,200 that I had left on it, and then I also paid my credit card, which is about 800 or so. So I ended up paying close to 10 grand in a matter of, I want to say 12 months, 12, 13 months. And so that's how I did it, y'all. Like, I just got super aggressive. I really just started focusing on what it was that I wanted. And I just told myself that once I, you know, like, because I wanted to save, but what I noticed was trying to save but owing people is not really saving, because you still owe debt. And so after reading Dave Ramsey, he talks about how you want to save for that starter, that emergency fund. You want to get that $1,000. So I did that. I got the $1,000. I saved the $1,000, and then I started with baby step number 2, which was paying off your debts and stuff. And then there's a bunch of other steps that he goes into. So now that I've gotten that out the way, a couple other things that I wanted to come on here and just talk to you guys about. And I guess the reason why I felt like I would share my story is just because I know I can't be the only one out there. Growing up first generation, I know that my parents didn't really talk to me much about like finance, and I never had that. And I figured that there has to be like a better way. This is the age and generation of knowledge, so I figured I would have to figure this out on my own. And that's kind of what I did. I started Googling and just started watching different, I guess, investment videos, or different videos that kind of talk about, you know, how you save, or how you do just money videos, money management videos basically. And I just told myself last year that I wanted to read more, and so I started getting into like books and things that kind of talks more about, like, you know, investing and just the subject matters that I was interested in. And so I wanted to share with you guys a couple other books that I had started reading as well that I found to be helpful. And that is the Think and Grow Rich, and this one is by Napoleon Hill. I just started reading this one. And also my next book that I am going to read is The Millionaire Next Door. So those are just a couple of recommendations, and I also make sure I leave the books down in the description bar for anyone who is a reader like me, or who is interested in reading, or just interested in trying to pay off debt. I don't know if you have student loans, you know, whatever it is that you have that you are interested in paying off, I definitely would recommend starting off with Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover. I just think that it is mindset, and once you start off in a mindset of like, okay, I want to change it, and I think that's really what changed. It's not that I wasn't paying on my loan when I had it. I think it was just that I was more aggressive. I had to get tunnel vision. I had to be like, okay, look, I'm done with you know, this weight, this dead weight that I felt like I had on my back. And so I decided that no, I'm gonna go ahead and really focus and really get serious about paying it off. And when I did, you guys, it finally happened. So it is really honestly mindset. I'm a witness. I can attest and say that when you really do focus on doing something, because I don't think I was making any more money. I think it was just the money that I was making, I was managing it better. So instead of me using it buying clothes or shopping or whatever, jewelry, even though I do like those things, I had to realize that I have something more important currently pressing right now. And so I had to kind of let some of those things go. And you can always go back to that. That's the great thing about not having so much debt and weight, you know, on you, is that once you get to that point, you can always go back to shopping when you do have some extra cash. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, you guys, was the credit card, because I'm sure you guys are wondering, like, the credit card. My credit card limit wasn't like a huge limit. I didn't have thousands and thousands of dollars, but at the end of the day, I was still mismanaging it. I wound myself having to pay extra interest, which makes no sense, because it's like if I had just paid off whatever $50 or $100 that I owed, I would have been better off. It's kind of like you're paying double by the time you realize, or by the time you look at how much you actually spend on the card. So the purpose of the card, from my understanding, is to gauge your ability to pay off debt. So the advice that I wanted to give was that basically when you do use a credit card, you shouldn't just pay the minimum. You should be paying your card off every month, and then you should be using your card to pay off things like essentials. So if you have bills, if you have a water bill, if you have a phone bill, if you have some sort of bill that you already know you're going to pay off that month, then you can put that on your credit card, and when that month comes, just pay off the credit card as if you were going to pay off the bill. So whatever you put on your credit card that month, whatever bills, whatever amount you put on there, let's say $500 you pay on your total bills a month, and when you have to pay your credit card, you just pay the $500 to your credit card, people. So that way, you know, you don't have a balance, and that way your balance is zero. And even if your interest rate is 15%, 15% of zero is zero. That's how people use credit cards to build their credit. If you're paying just the minimum, you're going to continue to pay interest rates. And if you're paying just the minimum, by the time you end up paying it off, a lot of times you end up paying double, if not more, than what the item actually costs. I'm not exempt. I was mismanaging it until, like I said, I started reading more, learning more, trying to understand more. This is really probably the first video that I'm just sitting down actually talking to you guys about how I did it. And if you guys like videos like this, of course, let me know, and I'll continue to make videos. I will definitely do a better job of just taking you guys along this journey and just showing you guys my growth in the future because I'm super excited. I can have hours and hours upon hours of conversations about finance. I really do love it. I really do think it runs the world, and I feel like, you know, people that look like me and, you know, others, young millennials, I feel like we should all learn, you know. It doesn't matter where your parents come from or anything. I feel like, you know, it's never too late to learn, basically. Although you may not have gotten it when you were in college or when you were in high school or whatever, even as a young adult, you know, sometimes it is what it is. It be like that. But I did want to just come by and just share those things with you guys. And just share, you know, how I cleaned up, like I said, cleaned up my finances, was able to pay off that debt, and then moving forward, I intend to just kind of keep it up and just keep those same principles up from the books that I have been reading. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave comments down below letting me know if you enjoy this type of content, what else you may want me to talk about. I hope this was helpful. I really enjoy learning about this type of stuff, and it feels great to be able to say that I don't have a whole bunch of debt. I don't like, it just feels, it's an amazing feeling, you guys. I cannot explain it. But yeah, I hope this content was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. You know what to do. Stay blessed.